Let's go on. Our mockup. Where's our mockup? Let me use the correct screen for this. Our mockup is there. Our mockup tells us now that we should list every Pokemon we have here below this group. To do so, we will create a new component called the Pokemon list. To do so, I will, boilerplate a new component. I will go into my components folder. There I will create a new file. I will name it Pokemon list. It's a type of JSX. And then we are doing our boilerplating. So we import React from React and component from React. And for the first thing, I only want to show something on the screen. So let's say we have a class. It's called Pokemon list extends component. No, it's so slow. Component. I will keep track of the constructor for later, but we don't need it now. But what we do need is the render method. And inside of the render method, I want to return a simple div. And this div is saying hello or the PokeList. Let's name it the PokeList. Pokemon list, I'm sorry. The Pokemon list. And we have to export it, export default, Pokemon list. And to make use of it, for sure, we have to import it at the very top of our app. So we import Pokemon list from components, from the same directory, from Pokemon. From Pokemon list, there it is. So, and to verify that it's there, I need to concentrate. I want to bring it down here. And what we are doing now is, I need to import it correctly. I'm sorry. It's important that you are importing classes always with a capital case letter in the beginning, not a lowercase letter. It's not working with this. React is very strict at this. And so for now, I will import my Pokemon list, and let's see what it does, right? I can close this, I think. And here I see my Pokemon list. But what we are missing to bring this search for type and this whole thing, how can we bind it? How can we make the Pokemon list know that there is something, For now, I want to introduce the topic of props to you, because if we go to a render method, we will do it in the Pokemon list, I can provide a field. So what I will do now is on the Pokemon list, this is the name of the component itself, I will provide a field named Pokemon. It's not the best. Pokemon result. Let's name it Pokemon result. In this Pokemon result, I will simply write a hello string or something like this. So let's go back here. And what happened now is, just give me a moment. I want to split screen here to keep track of everything. what is happening now? You know, I made this field here, this Pokemon result field. And now I can access it. I can show you in the render method via console log. I will console log this dot props. And yeah, let's see what it does. To avoid pollution of our console, I will comment this out for this very moment. So the only console output we should have is this props. And I will write this also on it. It's the list props. Okay? So I will reload it and I have, wow! It loaded pretty fast, and what I have now is I have this list props object here. You know, let's make something I'm interested. Let's explore something. Let's write a constructor, and this constructor contains our super method, and we will generate a state object with, let's say, a message of hello React world. So what we have at this component now is we have state, and given from this parent component we have something like props. So what I want to list now is I want to console log this, and this in this scope is this whole element. So let's have a look. I'm interested also. I'm not really sure about the output here. So what do we have here? Let's examine this object. This is the whole object of React. We have here our props, our state. I think the context is not, there was something with React context should not be used or something like this. There was this big warning. Yeah, the context API is no longer experiment. I should have a look at this. It's now a first class. Okay, but no problem. So what we saw, and what is really interesting to us is that we, on this object, we can access the props of the object, and we can access the state of the object. So what means if I want to give a number here, let's say 42, or otherwise I would give another property. You know, I will call this property answer now. And this property answer I will give here the 42. So what do you suspect to happen? Sure, if I open the complete this object, I have on my props the answer, what is 42, and the Pokemon result, which is hello, and on the state I have the number and the message. So yeah, this far for our experiment.